Welcome to the Andy Social Podcast. My name is Andy. And thanks for tuning in. Sorry about that. Big welcome to new listeners, as I always do, because I'm a polite guy. And welcome back to the faithful team members, my comrades, my good buddies that are tuning in every episode. It means a lot, and it's great to hear from you guys every time I put up a new episode. Very cool. It certainly keeps me motivated to keep chatting to people and keep recording the conversations and getting them out there for you all. So massive thank you. Let's dive right in. So this week, or this episode, because I never know how these are going to get released, is with Steve Watts. So Steve is probably best known for being the guitarist in Melbourne band Heaven the Axe. Steve's been around for a while now, and we mainly sort of talk about Heaven the Axe and sort of the success that the band's had over the last several years. I was quite surprised, actually, because I thought the band had been around for a bit longer than what it is. And the thing with Steve is he mentions it in the conversation, he's such a humble guy. And that's probably an element of why the band does so well. I mean, doesn't seem to be a lot of ego within the band. I think that's why they've been able to achieve as much as they have. But I was just blown away with the amount of success that they've had as a band, and so many great opportunities, and really sort of making an effort to try different things and not be sort of pigeonholed into any particular type of demographic or genre or anything like that. Whether that was a deliberate intention or not, they've certainly successfully created their own loyal group of people and friends, and this great network of people that support the band and are a part of the band. I was quite fascinated with their approach, with the numerous people that have come and gone within the band, and people that continuously come back, and people that will fill in for a little bit, or people that will come in and record a couple of songs off an album and split the duties up amongst friends. And that seems to be a big thing about what this band is about just everyone on board with a common goal in sight and wanting to do something together for the love of it. And it's a great thing to see, and it's certainly inspiring, because there are a lot of bands out there that don't think like that. And there's no right or wrong way to be in a band, and that's probably the beauty behind it. But it's definitely very cool to see a band that functions the way that Heaven the Axe does. It's very inspiring to see, and it's quite exciting to see what potentially the future's going to hold for the band. So majority of the conversations around that, and we sort of get down the path of talking about life, and there's a lot of unique things about what makes Heaven the Axe fairly special, and especially Steve's relationship with his wife, who just happens to be the lead singer of Heaven the Axe, Phoebe. So that in itself is a unique dynamic in this band setting, and I think has been a massive reason for what they've been able to achieve. So anyway, I'll stop rambling on, because I always ramble on, and you can listen to me ramble on with Steve. But really hope you enjoy it, and andysocial.net for all the show notes. Cheers. Steve.
How you going, man?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Not too bad.
I was sort of thinking what sort of direction I should go with this, but I thought, I'll stuff it. I'm just going to go any direction and see where it takes us. But do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself, sort of like a dating line?
Well, I'm in Heaven the Axe. I've been playing music with Phoebe, who's my wife and my musical partner of 16 years. And we moved from country New South Wales in 2007 down to Melbourne to live a musical dream, because right back there we were kind of little big fish in little ponds, I suppose. Like, we were just a duo. We had no one else to play with. We had this vision of what we wanted to do. And over time, seen people come and go and whatever, we just kept doing, So here we are in 2016, currently still writing for our second album. And that's a short version of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Very short version. I'll warm into it.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get there.
Like I said, I don't do many of these things. No one wants to talk to me.
No, that's all right. Oh, look, I was more than happy to reach out and have a chat. So, but you've done a lot in only like a few years. Like 2007 is not that long ago. I thought you guys had been in Melbourne for far longer than that.
No, it feels like forever. It was such a big thing for us, man. You know what I mean? Like, I come from like I was part of the extreme metal community of the 90s. I was very fortunate to be part of that. I played in a band called Manicore. And when that was done, which we never really broke up or anything like that, we just kind of stopped doing it. We just did a show and I don't want to do it anymore. And that was it, you know? And I was kind of sort of, I don't know, I had this idea of, I saw Grinspoon play once. And they just, like, this was back in fucking really late 90s. And they, when they were doing all them big chunky riffs and all that, and I saw them play on that Band's Walking. They went to Albury.
Oh yeah, yep.
And they play with like Deftones and Suicidal Tendencies and all these the big bands. They wiped the floor with a lot of them, man. Like just with this energy. And I thought, and I had this idea. I thought, imagine doing this with a chick singing. I don't know why I thought that, but not long after I thought of that, it's like Phoebe walks in like this, "Hi, I'm here," and the rest is history. It's like, careful what you wish for.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And we've had a cracker of a life. We really happy and grateful to be in the position that we're in and doing what we're doing. You know, it's I guess with having the axe, it's our thing. You know, it's like. Mightn't be for everyone, and like we don't care. Like it's the perfect combination of Phoebe and myself. You know, like an ultimate compromise. And we're just grateful to be still doing it. We're not done yet, you know. So yeah, here we are.
It must have seemed like you both went just all in when you made the move to Melbourne, because even just like you said, 2007, in that short period of time, you guys have done a hell of a lot. And it's not with a lot of other bands, I guess, just in comparison. And there are, I mean, more now than ever. There's so many successful Aussie bands that are really sort of making a lot of noise for themselves. But you guys have achieved like a hell of a lot, and probably more than most bands have in the same space of time.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Yeah, right. I guess it's different when you're in it, because I don't know. We both, I guess, high achievers, so it's never enough.
Yeah.
And trying to juggle, you know, the whole other things in life of raising a family and, you know, doing the things that you do. That I think that's why, like I say, that I'm grateful. You know, I've been in the music for as long as I can remember breathing, and I got it. You know, like if it wasn't for Phoebe and how she runs the band and her fearlessness in doing that, we'd probably be the best band in our street, you know, because I'm shit at that stuff, you know. But so yeah, that's just a tribute to Phoebe and her fearlessness, and I guess the integrity behind the band. So when we get an opportunity, we always make the most of it. Like we never let people down. We always promote properly, do what we said we were going to do. Don't be shit cunts, and we get, you know, that's when you get a reputation, I suppose. So yeah. In that department, I guess, you know, we have done some cool things, but we've got plenty more that we want to do. So I guess it's the bucket list thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't done this yet and we haven't done that yet.
Well, it's good. I mean, it keeps the whole thing moving. And, I mean, you obviously love doing it, so that certainly helps as well. You're not just sort of achieving but hating the process. You obviously enjoying
you couldn't do it.
No,
where's the rewards? I mean, I wasn't in it long before I realised that it wasn't about cocaine and hookers, you know, like it's, you know, if you don't have, you know, like someone said to me once, you know, that some people choose music and other people music chooses them. And I definitely feel like I'm part of that latter category, because life sucks and I'm not doing it. And in my adult life, I haven't had many years where I haven't been doing something, or, you know, at least had, you know, moving towards doing something. And those years sucked, you know. Life's better with it in it. And one thing I like about it, it always gives us hope, you know what I mean? Like there's something happens every week where, you know, it mightn't come off, but it's like, we did this today, or we we talked to this person, this might be happening today, and it's always fun like that. It's like things to go towards, you know.
Yeah, it keeps it exciting.
Yeah. And they're fun songs to play, and yeah, I'm proud of it.
It seems like, I guess, the difference between what, and I can only see it from the outside, but what I see that's different with you guys compared to, well, I don't know, a lot of other bands that I see, is that you've almost developed this posse of people around you that are called fans, but they're part of the band. Like, you created almost like a community around it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it is. It is a community. Like, when we had the idea of you know, moving down to the big city and doing this, you know, like, kind of didn't really know what, you know, we just knew we were going to do it. We just knew we wanted to do it. We wanted to build a band, and, you know, we wanted to get these things off our chest, that all these songs we've been writing and ideas and stuff like that. But probably my favourite thing about it is what it is to the people involved. That's what, you know, whether they've been directly in the band or fans of the band or friends of the band, it's like, it's been a really positive experience for a lot of people, and that makes me feel fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's right. It's not just the people with the instruments and the microphone. It's everyone else. That's
that's just what some people like fishing, some people like playing guitar, like whatever. But this is just what we do, and if it makes people feel good and makes us feel good, and we stand behind it. So, I'm glad you picked up on that, because it is true.
Yeah, and I mean, I see it from, like, I watch you guys online through Facebook and whatnot, and I see the type of comments that you guys get from people, and you guys have got some fanatic fans, but it's very what's the word? It's just very down to earth. It's just like, it's all sort of part of a circle of people that just all have the same. It's like a like-minded group of people, and everyone just enjoys it.
Yeah,
and some of them just happen to be playing the music for the party.
Yeah, that we all see it for what it is. You know, like, and I don't know. That's right. I agree. It's people. Like, the people that are involved in our life are great, like, and people that come to the shows are great, and people love Phoebe, man. Like, last time we played, just at the end of last year, and she was there for hours getting photos of people and talking to people, and she's just so friendly and kind, and people gravitate towards that, and so they walk away having a really positive experience about the whole thing.
Makes a massive difference.
It does. Yeah. That's it. We know who we really are, you know. And at the end of the day, we go home together and talk about how to pay bills and shit.
It's I guess it's probably that genuine approach that you both got to it all. That there's a genuine love for it, and that just, you know, people can cut through bullshit pretty quickly.
Well, they can, and especially being a married couple as well. You know, like, we have a very genuine love for each other. You know, we're best mates, and I've noticed that inspires a lot of people as well.
Yeah,
you know, like, because it is a positive thing. And we wear our marriage a bit like a badge. You know, like, I think it's my greatest achievement ever.
Maybe on that topic, you mentioned the other day that you got a pretty interesting story. I don't know if you want to dive into this, because I read a couple of other things, because you know what you do a bit of online stalking, but and you made a mention on a photo somewhere about, you know, one day you should write a book about everything that happened. It would knock the socks off any other sort of dramatic movie or anything like that. It's just it's a bit of an adventure, or maybe adventure is probably not the right word.
It's our story. Jesus, where do I start? Well, God, I don't even know where to start there, Andy.
I'll put you on the spot now.
I think there's a bit of an age difference between Phoebe and I, and one of the stories would be, that she tells all the time, is the one about how she was reading the Dowling magazine once when she was 13 years old, and she wrote her first ever song because she was reading this article about the bad guy always gets the girl, some shit that they put in those ridiculous magazines, and so she wrote this song called "Hey Mr. Bad News, I Want to See the Back of Your panel van" or something, and she was walking up to the shops in the suburbs that we actually both lived in Wagga, and we actually grew up, like our houses were only a few blocks apart, but we grew up, I'm 11 years older than her. So anyway, she's gone up the shops and she's seen this bloke driving this panel van and blaring metal out of the panel van with long hair. And she goes, "Oh, that's the bloke I want." And I think that's when she wrote the song. She went on and wrote the song or something. But then years later when we hooked up, and she goes, "Oh, right, this is the first song I ever wrote." And she sort of played to me as a joke. She told me a story. And I said, "Oh, what colour was the panel van?" She said, "Oh, it was maroon." I said, "Fuck off, that was me." Yeah.
How funny.
But,
small world.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, I don't know, I kind of don't feel comfortable divulging some of it at the moment,
you don't have to. Yeah.
But we've just very, very close, and we've both gone through a lot of not a lot, but some really heavy things, like deaths and losing, loss, and these sorts of things made us really appreciate each other very early in the piece, and that's, I guess, if we ever do write a book, we'd probably, or if she wrote the book or whatever, she'd elaborate more on a lot of these stories of what's happened in the past. But pretty much says, the things that we went through earlier in our lives, when we finally hooked up together, like, I wasn't hanging around along before I realised she was the best friend I'd ever had in my life, and it's still that to this day. And I love her music. I do. I love what she does, even though it's completely different than what I'm into. I'm into extreme metal, and she grew up on Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, so it was a tough one. It's weird, because when we started playing music together acoustically, it just worked. We clicked off the bat, and there's never been a problem. But as soon as we started trying to, like, we got down here and, I hooked up with Skitsy straight away to play drums and help us find our sound, because he's just an old mate. And it was kind of like, we're playing this stuff, and it's kind of like fucking Alanis Morissette was trying to sing for Napalm Death or something. It was just fucking wrong,
Yeah.
And, we were both trying to do too much of what we were into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we wrote this song called So Nirvana, this really cheeky, sort of stupid song that was, where we both kind of compromised enough, and it was like, holy fuck, it works, this works. And that was kind of when we found our thing, So there's a very roundabout fucking... I'm starting to elaborate. Here we go.
Well, you mentioned Skits before. So was he sort of the door opening in Melbourne? Because I know that you guys have, you guys swap around between bands, and you have mates come in to help out, and you've gone and helped out a few other bands, and there's like a bit of a community down there that you guys are a part of. Was Skits one of the first people that sort of opened the door, or were there a few other guys?
Yeah, Skitsy's still with us. Like we took him to Indonesia last year when we went to do Hammer Sonic. Tommy's been with us for 6 years on and off. The reason we've had, like, you remember, I don't know if you ever saw that photo where we had, I think about 9 or 10 people in the band photo, and everyone's going, "What the fuck's this? You're trying to be Slipknot or something?" That wasn't it at all. It was that's who was involved in the project at that time, and I wanted to honour it because as a band, like, and yourself, like, things come up where, like someone might need to work hard and save money for a house, or they're having a kid or whatever, like whatever comes up. And so being the sort of people we are, we're very open communicators and very authentic people. We were able to work it that we could have more people involved and everyone it would make the band itself unstoppable. Like I remember, because at one stage we had Aramis, which is one of our drummers, Tommy, his drummer, and Skitsy. And we went into the studio to demo, I think it was 5 songs, right? And Aramis played 2, Tommy played 2, and Skitsy played 1. And because they always work so well together, and while one was playing the song, the other 2 would be around there adjusting cymbals and helping keep time and fucking, like in the room together. And I remember looking at it going, this is what it's all about, you know? Like, that's how we've been able to keep going, because, we've also had to share. Like Tommy was in a kick-ass band when he first joined us called House of Thumbs. I don't know. Yeah. Do you know who they are?
Yeah, yeah.
I fucking love that band, man. Like, I couldn't believe he actually wanted to join ours. Yeah. And, so, like, there's always been a bit of juggling around and whatnot. So, that's worked. The community aspects work. And some people go, they might go away for a while. They might think they're gone for good, but, forever's a long time. Things change. And, I'm proud of that part of the band for sure.
It's such a smart but chilled way of approaching it, because like so many bands I know, especially when it comes to recording, they get so uptight about having to play on the release or playing the whole thing or doing certain things. There's a lot of ego around it, and like just that. You told me
that's one thing. There's no ego here. At all, and I guess all of us have been around the traps a little bit, so
that helps.
We know what it is. I guess the only time I ever had a bit of an uncomfortable situation was both Aramis wanted to play drums to record Good Things Come to Those Who Hate, and Tommy, I'd worked on it with Tommy, and I sort of had to make the call. Look, man, Tommy's going to do it. Which he went, oh yeah, cool. I just wanted to let you know that I'd like to play it.
Yeah, that's
about as weird as it ever got.
that's not bad in the grand scheme of things. That's pretty good.
Well, if you're an open person and you're honest all the time, things don't build up. So things are nipped in the bud straight away, and everyone just does what's best for the project.
Well, that's the big thing. Everyone's got the same idea of, there's a common goal there. It's not about sort of pushing any one person. I know people that are more focused about playing something because it's for their own benefit, to push their own name or whatever it might be. More so, and
if that's what they want to do, that's cool too. Like I like this band's literally a family. Yeah. So that's how it kind of operates. Yeah. At one stage, we had 2 of the band members living with us. Oh, well, 3 really, because Skitsy was sort of staying a lot as well. We rehearsed from home for many years, and it was, that was the base. And, just through different life events, ended up, Aramis lived with us for a couple of years, and Matt was living with us for about a year, and there was never any problems.
It definitely helped for chemistry, like with just playing and understanding each other when you're playing, and just, I guess, having that feel, where, you can see a band when they play on stage and they're not really that close. Like they just stand there, or they're not interacting with each other. And you can definitely tell that compared to a very close knit group of friends or family that are on stage, getting into it.
Yeah, but the different energies are I know certain bands that fucking hated each other, and that was their fuel.
Yeah,
that was like they get on stage and absolutely, it was the most intense thing you could see. And we don't operate like that. I hit Phoebe in the head with my guitar once, but that was an accident. She was head banging down, I was head banging up, and it was a big fucking rhino horn on the forehead. And, oh man. That's abuse right there, isn't it?
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm sure it would have added an extra element of entertainment from the crowd's perspective, something a little bit more to observe from the crowd. So yeah,
I stood back in admiration, man, because she did not fucking stop.
Yeah, right.
I thought, oh no, once she's so passionate about this thing, like, nothing will stop her. No way.
I mean, it seems like you guys have had well, I don't know if not, I shouldn't say had to, but it seems like you guys have both hustled a fair bit to sort of get it to where it is now. I mean, obviously from a genuine spot, but you guys have worked your asses off for the last few years. I mean, even just like, because I see you guys doing a lot of, I mean, I've read a couple of things online where you say, look, you're a metal fan at heart, but you're playing but you're playing a rock band,
yeah,
and I see you guys you play to an audience that's very, there is crossover, and there's definitely a lot of metalheads that go to the shows, but there's another element of that crowd that aren't associated with it whatsoever, and I think you guys have really sort of pushed hard to break into. I don't know whether it's been a deliberate thing, but you've really pushed hard to sort of bring that other crowd, that rock crowd, that
well, we didn't know where we fit.
Yeah.
So when we started, I thought we were a rock band, and so we started, like when we first went out gigging, we tried to play with rock bands, but I'm not really into much rock stuff, you know. It just doesn't do it for me, and that. But we were always heaps heavier, and apparently we're heaps heavier live. We don't need to be, which I just think it's just the energy of the band. So that, like, I don't know, it's like the rock people think that we're metal, and people are into metal. No, we're not fucking metal. Like, you know, Revocation's metal.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking, but I don't know, like, there's so many different genres of it. Like, we just are what we are, and I feel more comfortable. Like, my peers are metalheads, you know, like, I feel comfortable in the metal scene, but I'm in this different sort of a band that Phoebe embraces it all. Like, I guess on this album, what we really want to try, because there's a lot of stuff that's been left behind, a lot of good songs that have been written over the years that haven't quite fitted into what Heavenly Axe has sort of put out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some really, you know, good ballads, or just different sort of styles of music that haven't sort of worked out in the past how to make it fit. Do you know Acid Bar?
Acid Bar?
Yeah, you know the band Acid Bar?
No, I don't think so.
Man, they're a fucking awesome band, you know, back in the 90s, but like, they did it really well. They just they did this their last album called Pagan Terrorism Tactics. It just flows. You don't know where it's going to go. Some bits are just brutally heavy. Other bits are just so mellow, and it's not like it just all joins. It's just really. I mean, even bands like Zeppelin or Soundgarden or all those, they all did it too, I suppose.
Did you say Acid Bath or Acid Bar?
Acid Bath.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know Acid Bath. Sorry. I was thinking, oh, no, I don't know Acid Bar. Yeah, okay. Oh, I don't know the album itself, but I know of the band, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, that's what we want to try and do on this album. Not be like Acid Bath, we're nothing fucking like them, but just create a thread that's still predominantly, you know, like is us, but explore some, you know, I would just say different emotions or feels or flavours, textures, all that sort of crap, vibes.
Yeah, it's all about the vibes. But
because Sex Jugs Rock and Roll is pretty sort of straight up, you know, metalhead, rock music played by metalheads, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, and I guess with the new one, if you're going off in a few different directions, are you? I mean, this is probably going to be a really silly question given what we've just been talking about for the last however long. But are either of you not worried but apprehensive about how some of this stuff will be received because it's going to be a bit different and go off in a few different directions? I would assume no, just because you guys are just doing it because you love it. But is there any sort of is it even coming into your head?
Well, when you put it out there, there's always that apprehension, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what I really like doing so far, like is just working on a song, like we did with Good Things Come to Those Who Hate, and you know, even with the Bogan Hunter thing and all that. Like, and you put all your energy into that song, and that's perfect for what it is at the time, you know. Yeah, I guess trying to make it fit. If it fits for you, if it works for you, and you feel really fucking good about it, that's what I'm chasing. If I feel fucking unreal about what we've done, and I want to listen to it, and I'm proud of it. If people like it, it's a bonus at the end of the day.
Oh, that's exactly right. And I think people
Yeah.
will gravitate towards it and be attracted to the music because of
Well,
that
you
attitude.
you obviously hope that they will. But at the end of it, I think if you try and make it for them, they see through that too. It's got to come from you, and when you're vibing right, like if when we did Sex Chugs Rock and Roll, we'd gone through a few lineups and stuff, and it was feeling like it was never going to happen. And Phoebe was actually a few times really frustrated, like, fuck, this album's never going to happen, blah blah blah. And then Tommy joined the band. We recorded Enemy within 6 weeks, and we did the album within a few months, like with Tommy and Matt joining the band. And if it had happened 12 months before, it wouldn't be what it was. It was perfect for the time, and I still listen to it now, and I'm so fucking happy with that record. Like, it's perfect for what we were trying to do at that time, and all the memories associated with it. Like, it just feels good.
Yeah.
To me, and that's what I'm chasing this time around. Is when the time's right, the magic happens. You can't not do it,
And
so we've just been over the last few years, like you say, we've been busy, but we've actually been here frustrated that we haven't been able to do enough, really, because there's always people, because as people get older, life comes up, So, we're just in a sort of new process now. We've got a couple of new members, and we just we're batting down the hatches at the moment and just working on this new stuff, So,
how long's that been going on for, as far as working on the next release?
We've been working on the next release since the last release.
Oh, so pretty much.
But like I said, it hasn't been right yet. We've released the odd song now and again, but as far as creating a whole body of work and putting it out, we haven't had all the right elements in place at the right time to make it what we want it to be.
Is there a sense of panic? Not panic, but frustration that it can't happen quicker? Or have you? I know
definitely sometimes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But then I'm reminded of what happened last time.
Yeah.
And because this is our band, we're self-run, self-funded, everything we've done ourselves. It's our business. It's about, it's our band.
Yep.
No one else owns it. So we are definitely, behind the scenes doing everything we can and building the right relationships and rehearsing and dealing with everything that it takes to be a band. That's all still been happening.
That's it. Just not as much in the public eye as was been in the past, but obviously still the whole train's still rolling.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're here now, and we're still here.
How do you balance everything? Like, as you said, you got life to worry about, and there's family and everything. And I'm just having a guess, but I'm pretty sure Heaven and the Axe isn't the sole revenue earner for you guys to keep afloat. I'm sure.
No, we're not that deluded.
But what do you do to balance it all?
To balance it all,
yeah,
like for work.
Oh, just anything.
Phoebe's very, very enterprising, so she does a lot of different things, and so Phoebe creates, like, she works for herself and creates her job, and I've been a bricklayer for fucking years, so like, that's my job, and that's what I do, and and it's creating time outside of that to work on Heaven the Axe, which when you're feeling really inspired and you've got a group of people around you that feel the same way, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But when that's not happening, it's hard to keep going at times, and that it just makes the victory at the end of the day more sweeter, doesn't it? When you've had to suffer for it.
Oh, absolutely. You don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, whatever it is that we have to go through to do it, it just makes it fucking sweeter at the end.
Definitely, definitely. You mentioned very briefly before about bogan hunters.
Yeah.
And I've never, and maybe there's something online, but I've never bothered to ask the question. Long story short, or short story long, whichever way you want to go. How the hell did that even come about? Because that sort of led into a couple of other different things after
Yeah.
that.
Well, actually, it all started before bogan hunters. What
Right.
happened was the movie Houses versus Authority? They put this thing out that said, they said, look, we're doing a movie. It's a Paramount movie, a big deal. And, rather than suck off record companies and corporations and that, we want to support the underdog because that's what Houses is about, sort of thing. So if you're in a band and you reckon it's any good, send us your shit. We might use it in the movie, And so Phoebe being Phoebe, sent 2 complete fucking press different packages, so to make sure they got it. And a few weeks later, we got a phone call and they go, man, we cannot get the CD out of Polyphenic's car. It's fucking, we love it, we want to use your music all through the fucking movie, like every song. Like, we love it. And then again, like I was mentioning before, like Phoebe managed all that and did all the negotiations, because there's a lot of negotiations and, technical stuff to go through. And the way Phoebe handled herself as managing it, I think they enjoyed dealing with us, and they kind of roll the same way as us. They're a real community sort of based thing as well. And so they end up using all our music for the next season as well. And then Paulie Fennick said to me, he goes, look, we're going to make this TV show, and it's sort of sending up the crocodile hunter that we're going to be hunting bogans. And you reckon you could write a theme song for it? It's going to be on 7 Mate, good royalties, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, fucking oath, what do you want? He goes, something like Status Quo or Akadaka, but just do it your way, sort of thing. And I went, oh yeah, no worries, I can do that. So we wrote Bogan Hunters, and they loved it that much that he said, let's do a clip. So he came down here and he did a clip just near our house, and I even played it on the show. And then the same thing about the Fat Pizza thing. Like, they wanted us to do a stupid fucking song about pizzas. So and he said, can you do it like That's Amore? And I'm like, fucking yeah, no worries. And I'd never heard That's Amore. And I went home and listened to the song, and I'm like, oh fuck, what have I got myself into there? But anyway, I don't know if you've heard the Fat Pizza one. I love it. Got a bit of slick over it, or a bit of stick over it, but I love it. I reckon it's fucking funny and cool riffage, so whatever.
Must have been a bit of a pinch yourself moment when this stuff starts. You're hearing yourself on TV.
Yeah. Like I said, these sorts of moments, these things come up all the time, and it makes it exciting, even when we went to Hammer Sonic, that was just when 2 people had left the band, and it had been a really hard year, and it was like, oh fuck, Phoebe's rang me up going, oh yeah, how are you doing? And I'm like, I was at work, and she said, I'm a bit depressed, like, as much as it's been a pain in the ass lately, we're not done yet, it's not over. And she said, look, honey, let's just be a family and make money right now. And you know how these things work, because it's meant to be, something will happen, She just finished saying that. She goes, oh my God. And I'm like, what? And she said, we've just got an email from Soundworks. And I'm like, oh, what does it say? And she goes, oh, they want us to go to Indonesia and play Hammer Sonic. And I said, oh, fuck, what are we going to say? And she goes, we're going to say yes.
The pressure's on.
We said yes, and we rang Skitsy, you want to come to Indonesia with us? She's like, oh, family holiday away playing metal, I'm in, no worries. So, and then Azza and Tim jumped in, and fucking away we went.
That must have been one hell of a show.
Yeah, I can't hardly remember the show, but the whole journey, the whole making it happen, and going over there, because we'd always wanted to take Evan the Axe offshore, and we'd never done it, you know. So it was a big moment for us, and just, you know, because we stayed with all the other bands, you know. I had dinner with Lamb of God, and had breakfast fucking with Pete Sandoval sitting behind me and all that sort of shit. And I'm like, fuck off, this is crazy. He's eating the same pawpaw I am. What the fuck? And then, you know, we sent the boys back to Melbourne after it was over, and Phoebe and I went over to Bali and had a bit of a we did it moment. It was fucking great.
That's awesome. How did the Indonesians take you guys? Because I know that, I mean, the festival's a bit different this year, and there's been a bit of melodic stuff over the years, but how did you guys get taken? Because a lot of that's extreme metal, or it has been in the past anyway. Yeah.
Well, they a lot of them knew who we were when we got over there. Like when we got off the plane, they were waiting and all that. It was like a kind of, Jesus, you think we're a big deal, don't you? What the hell? Like, and, you know, they love Phoebes and, you know, photo, you know. But fuck, they were beautiful people, man. Yeah. Like so friendly and open, and yeah, we loved it. And yeah, we were treated really well over there. So yeah, definitely would go back for sure.
Well, has that been the last show that you guys have done?
No, we didn't do many shows last year.
Yeah,
but they were fucking beauties. We did play with the Butcher Babies just before Hammer Sonic. That was just kind of fell into our lap because it's sound wave sort of thing. And so yeah, we did Butcher Babies and went to Hammer Sonic. I think the next show we did was Brutality, and and fuck, they looked after us. Like, we got a great spot on the bill, and we were just really honoured and stoked. We were like, wow. And then after that, we did Sebastian Bach, and then we did Black Label Society.
Oh, geez, all right. So you were still reasonably busy.
Well, not really, because they were the only shows we did. They just kept coming to us. Like Zach Wild kind of knew who we were, and he'd asked for us to play with him. To get that band with that fucking cool chick in it, you know. Right.
How did was there a prior connection there at all, or was it just sort of word of mouth that got into his field?
Oh, mate, Phoebe on Twitter.
Oh, right.
Fucking, yeah. She's just so good on Twitter, and you know, pretty much the famous people queue up to talk to her. So Twitter's been really good for us, apparently.
Yeah, right.
I get in trouble for not being on it, but I'm just going, man, I'm not real good at that stuff.
Well, at least you got it.
She is, though.
At least
thank fuck she is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, they have something called a clout or something. Your clout on social media. And Phoebe's is in the top 10% in the world.
Oh.
You know, that's your effectiveness on social media.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So she does it well.
So I guess she's probably been a big reason why, you know, you guys have got so many of the opportunities that you have over the years. Because I know you
absolutely.
Did you do a bunch of things like around through? I'm just trying to think of a general term I could use, but like through sort of motor supercross and V8s and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That was that came about because we played this ballad that Phoebe wrote for her dearly departed mother at Sydney Entertainment Centre.
Okay.
And that was through this talent development project that Phoebe had something to do with when she was younger. And while we're doing sound check there, the people that run Summernet saw us, you know, doing sound check, and they kind of knew who we were. And this before we had a profile, really. And they just said, "Oh, look, we reckon you'd be a great fit for Summernats in the bar. It'd be perfect." And we went, fucking beauty. So we did that. And they said, "Oh, look, but no one really knows who you are. You know, you reckon you could play some covers?" So we learned about fucking 25 covers as well. And they just kept inviting us back for a few years. It was great.
Yeah, right. So I mean, that would have opened you guys up to another crowd altogether.
Yeah, we got a lot of fans from Summernats, and the Rose Tattoo tour.
Yeah,
that really kicked a lot of stuff off for us. I was surprised how well we fitted in with that crew. Like, that like, we were really appreciated, and I thought we might have been a bit too heavy for them, but no, they loved it.
And you guys, you either did a set or a song with Angry at
that was
stage?
after the Rose Tattoo tour.
Yeah.
Our hometown got flooded.
Okay. I remember that.
Like, and North Wagga went underwater, and that was pretty much our stomping ground. And a lot of our friends had been ripped off by, insurance companies, as insurance companies do, and it was a pretty horrible time for people, very stressful. So we, with Phoebe's brother, we organised a big day, like a gold coin donation day, where I think he organised Justice Crew and all these fucking crazy motorbike riders to jump across the stage, and we asked Angry to come and be part of it because he does, we've got a pretty good relationship with him, and he goes, yeah, but why don't you guys be my band? And we went, yeah, right, eh? So fucking, we did that, and we only had, because we did this really quickly, and we only had about, I think it was a week or a week and a half or something to do it, and Tommy hadn't even heard fucking Rose. So he's cramming, learning on stuff, and Matt had never played slide guitar.
Oh, right, wow.
So he took on the slide guitar role, and he fucking did it. And we pulled off. We started with Bad Boy for Love, and Angry's like, he's turning around going, fuck yeah, keep going. But poor old Matt was a one-trick pony, so he just had to keep playing the same things over and over, and then he's like, fuck, and started singing. Yeah, that was a fucking pretty cool moment.
Yeah, definitely.
So, just so stoked that we did that for not for us, for the community in Wagga.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. And did that sort of flow into the opportunity that you guys got to tour with them later on with Rose Tattoo?
No, that was from the tour.
Oh, gotcha.
We toured with them first, and that's when we forged the relationship with them.
Yeah, gotcha.
There was, their crew and all that. We just got on really well with them.
It's it definitely seems that you're both pretty good with building rapport with people, which is half the battle when you play in a band.
I think when you realise that, no matter what someone's doing, they're just a person, and so you're not intimidated. So you don't come across all, oh man, I fucking love you, dude. Like, just be respectful and be who you really are. And I think people appreciate that.
Yeah, I think I've certainly got that from you guys. I saw. Oh God, I don't even know what year it was, but it was a few years back, and I saw you guys play at the Stag in Sydney. And, I can't even remember who else played. I think it.
I think we did one with Frankenbach, and
that may.
And we did another one with some other bands. I can't recall. That was back a few years earlier. One really cool black Norse, I think they'll call it.
Oh right, okay, that would have been that'd be an interesting.
I know. I actually, to tell you the truth, I think we went down like a fart in church. But anyway, can't win them all, can you?
No, that's right. But you know what? To be honest, I like those gigs better sometimes than the ones that you sort of are with bands that are fairly safe or that you're familiar with anyway. Like sometimes we've done shows where, for whatever reason, we've been invited to go and play a show with a bunch of extreme metal bands, and we stick out like a sore thumb. And even in Canberra, that show that we did, majority of the bands that played on that, it wasn't as extreme, but I mean, we were still, for the most part, the odd band out, or we certainly felt like that. But I love that. I get more energy and excitement to play in front of people that I have to actually sort of work for. I have to really sort of turn it up, because it's just so much more satisfaction when you eventually you can see them grinning a little bit, or they start moving their head a little bit, and then you go, got him. I've got him.
Yeah, well, we did a few years ago. We organised this thing between us, Frankenbach, Abriax, King Parrot, and Dreadnought.
Yeah,
and it was we called it regional roulette, and the whole thing of that is that no one, not even us, knew what the order of the bands was going to be, because we just all shared gear except for guitar heads. and we get someone out of the crowd to say who the next band on was, and fucking and the thing that made me think of that is I don't know. Have you ever seen Abriac?
I know the band. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to see them get to play last.
Yeah,
because they're fucking. I'd never seen them fucking bring a show home, and they just always give so much. And yeah, it was fucking really cool. Like, you know, I mean, what going on after fucking King Parrot? Try that one.
You go
feel like the cartoon after Braveheart, but no, we all pulled it off. We all had a go, and I think the only thing we did was we took turns on being the opening band. Like, so we all opened one show, you know. But other than that, it was just fucking whatever happened, happened.
And
so,
do you think that worked well, like overall, or was there any sort of parts of it where you sort of went, oh, in hindsight, we could have approached it in a different way, or did it?
I think promotion-wise, you know, we could have done things a bit differently.
Yeah.
But as far as how the nights went, I thought they were fucking great because there was because all the bands were friends, and you know, we all worked together. Like when one band finished, there was, you know, 3 other bands fucking helping them get their gear off stage, or, you know, supporting each other. And that's how I've always liked doing things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, so changeovers were just so fucking quick and easy, and you know, away we went.
Oh, that's a dream. That's what you want when you're playing shows, is that you've got people in the room to start off with that are there on hand to help you out. I mean, that's
yeah.
When
I like playing shows with my friends, man.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Everyone's there. They actually want to help. They're getting up there. They're thinking ahead. They're not just being reactive and going, oh, someone's yelling at me to move something or chuck something on stage, and everyone's there for the same reason, having a great time. Yeah,
well, I'm actually quite awkward at shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get real. I don't know. I feel a bit weird and antisocial.
Yeah.
I get, you know, like I get probably a little bit nervous, and it means so much to me to do what I'm going to do very well. And you know, I think we all go through it a little bit. But, but when I'm with, like, even in situations where I'm not at a show, like in a crowd of people, I feel awkward. I don't really talk much, but when I'm around friends and people that I have rapport with, I don't fucking shut up. They'll go, you awkward. What are you fucking talking about? I don't know. I'm just a bit weird, you know.
I can understand it when you're playing a show and you haven't played yet, and your head's in a couple of different areas, and you're not sort of you're not sort of there. You're sort of thinking ahead, and you're a little bit anxious, and you're sort of going, oh, I've got to make sure.
And there's so much you have to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't have to tell you how much preparation goes into it, and you don't want to lose anything because you got a fucking million bits of gear fucking around. No, I'm a bit of a fucking grandpa like that. I like to make sure all the gear's right and whatnot.
Well, it's the mature way of approaching it.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's not cocaine and hookers.
I'm sure you're getting far more out of it than that anyway.
Yeah. Fucking, it just is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You guys play a lot, don't you?
Yeah, we have. We haven't played a lot for a little while. We've, I think the last show we played was December. I think was the last one, and we're probably not going to play again unless something else pops up. We probably won't play again until July. But we've just been recording. We just put another release out. Then we're going to start revitalizing some of the back catalogue, and then we're going to. Well, we've already started writing the next album, but there's no sort of timeline in place for that just yet. But yeah, this sort of everyone's got a bit of life to catch up with and do a bit of domestic duties and whatnot. So I
think that's one part that I'm very fortunate in is that I don't have to leave my wife at home when I go and play in my band.
Yeah.
And I think about people that, you know, have their partners that aren't in music and that, like, fuck, it get quite difficult.
Yeah. It's a real balance to find, and you have to sort of, I mean, I've been through. I go through it now, and I get married in a few months' time, and I'm sort of
Oh,
going through.
congratulations.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. And I'm going through that. I've been through it for a few years now, where we're from different worlds, and my whole world was just playing music, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it was more of a case that that's what I do, and if you don't like it, fuck off. And I treated everything in my life that wasn't music that way, and like just a lack of respect.
Yeah, right.
Whether that be employment, whether it be anything. If I like everyone would freak out about their jobs, and I'd say, well, I'll just tell my job that I'm going to go on tour, and if they don't like it, I'll just quit. Who cares? I'll find
No, I think
another
that's
job.
why I'm still laying bricks after all these years, because it's just something that I can just take or leave, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I haven't grown up yet. But I look at all my friends that, you know, my vintage that grew up. They also fucking grew old.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've still got it in me. I just love. It makes me happy and makes other people happy. So fuck it. I'll keep doing it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I think from my end, I've just found the balance a hell of a lot more and sort of appreciate everything. And I think because I've done that, I've calmed the hell down now. I don't panic about having to achieve something or not being able to do something in particular. And I just know that it's all going to happen. And I think I appreciate the band more, I appreciate the music more, and I appreciate other bands more. And I see how hard people work. And I think I've been able to sort of step back, and especially doing this stuff.
Oh, definitely, you know. And I think appreciating the whole fucking journey. Like when you asked about, you know, what in Indonesia, like, you know, we were on stage for like a blink of an eye. And if that was all we were going for, you know, how's that fulfilling?
Absolutely.
You know, it's the whole journey. It's everything about it. The rehearsals, making it all happen. You know, enjoying the company of the people that you're with, and like sort of smelling the roses, I guess. No. If you can do that, you know, then fucking you get to enjoy everything.
And I mean, there's plenty of people out there that have that mentality. There's definitely a lot of people out there that don't have it, and they just stress the hell out because they're just trying to achieve something, or even I see it competing against other bands to try and get in the public eye or trying to achieve a particular thing. And it's just
you got to have goals, right? You got to have goals. But if your whole thing's destination based, I feel you're probably heading for trouble. I mean, look at Hollywood, for fuck's sake. Look at the shit that goes on there. And I sort of see things, you know, like this marriage has fallen down, or this cunt's having a breakdown, or whatever. And I'm like, fuck. I think Jim Carrey said, you know, I wish everyone could be rich and famous, because they'd see that it's not the answer. I'm pretty sure it was him that said that. Yeah. It's pretty good sort of philosophy.
Well, I think, you know, if you didn't enjoy the journey and you get to the end, to the goal that you've been just suffering for, and you get there and you're probably not even satisfied then anyway. So then it's exactly what you just said about, you know, being famous and rich and whatever.
They're supposed to, you think, we're looking at them thinking they've got it all, you know. But I think the key to life, you know, the key to happiness is your relationships. And if they're shit, it wouldn't matter what you're doing. You could be on stage at Madison Square Garden. If you're not happy with the people that you're with, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in a band with people I hated. No way. I haven't got the tolerance for it.
Well, you're pretty lucky.
Yeah, like I said, grateful.
I saw a post the other day where you're talking about the new members sort of, and one particularly in transit at the moment who appears to be coming from overseas.
Yeah.
So that seems to be a bit of that's going to have a story in itself, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it's a pretty amazing, man. This guy's fucking something special. But we just don't want to sort of say anything about it till he's standing there in front of us, because otherwise, you know what things are like.
Oh yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah, and then you put it out there, and then you end up just looking foolish.
Oh,
we're pretty big on not counting our chickens, you know.
No, that's good. It's good. I mean, I think it just adds to it, and it adds to how special it can be and possibly will be. So,
are you friends with Phoebe on Facebook?
good question. I get, because I think she tags you in a lot of her posts. I think that's
Yeah.
how I see a lot of her things.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. I have to have a look. I'd be surprised if I'm not. But
I love your persona on Facebook.
Yeah?
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just taking the piss.
You give it to the right people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
In a good way.
I think, I mean, it's probably similar to you in the sense that, I mean, I've been pretty lucky that I've grown up with a lot of, at least from sort of mid-teens till now, which is not a great deal of time, but I've just grown up with a lot of great people that are still around and still playing music. And I was the young drunk sneaking in the gigs and annoying everybody and spilling beer everywhere, and they sort of just went, oh, well, that's Andy, and he's all right. And then eventually I started playing music, and then it was just a different type of Andy, and there's still the beer there, and I sort of balanced it out a bit more, and it was just great. And going right back to what we were saying at the start, like, you know, I can go anywhere now and just pick up the phone and find someone. It's like, oh, hey, you're around, let's go and have a beer. And you just, you're never alone. It's just fantastic. And I love the music scene. I love, especially the metal scene. The metal scene, I grew up in just death and black metal in Brisbane. And that was what I knew before sort of coming down to Sydney. And you know, I just so many sort of great friends that I've built up from over the years. And it's such a great thing. And so now, whether it be through the band or through this new thing that I'm doing with the podcast, and then even just taking the piss online, just getting everyone involved and going back to all these people that I've just built these great friendships with over the years.
There's people bag out social media for whatever reasons, but like, I tell you, like a friend of mine on Facebook, I've only met him once when we played in Cairns a couple of years ago, but he's one of my favourite people on Facebook. He's like fucking Crocodile Man or something, you know. But he's having a nightmare of a time.
Yeah.
Trying to see his son. He had a kid, and the relationship didn't work out. And the same age-old story, man. You know, like fucking, he's being kept from the kid, and it's made it really hard. And he ended up, he put a video up of to his son, like just it was just something he did, I think, in desperation, sort of. Anyway, this video that he put up, and he's crying in it, and you know, he's a fucking good hard man, this fella. That you know, you can't not get tears in your eyes looking at it. It kind of went a bit viral. I don't know if you saw it or not.
No, I don't think so.
But I've been through that. I lost a son for 12 years, and it fucking nearly killed me, you know. Like, and there wasn't any social media around back then, so I was that guy behind closed doors, you know. And like a lot of people did, I think he was getting a lot of support, but I contacted him, and you know, sort of, I know a bloke who's a lawyer that could help him, or at least knows the system and whatnot. But you know, we're talking, and I'm counselling a little bit through it, you know, because I know I've been through it, you know. And I said, how fucking good is this, man, that you're all the way up in Cairns, I'm down the arse end of Australia, and in real time we can have this discussion. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So it is. It's fucking incredible. Like, I really got that, you know.
It's funny how, like, as you said, you've only met the guy once in person, but you build a rapport through this crazy, weird thing that we've got with the internet and social media and all this stuff. And a lot of people, as you say, sort of, you know, a lot of people think it's a bad thing or a time waster or whatever it might be, and it can be if it's used the wrong way. But
well, it's so fucking addictive. You know?
That's it.
Like, when do you go to the toilet without the phone these days? Like, I'll be fucking busting for a shit, mate, and I'll still run downstairs to get my fucking phone and go back up. But like when I was growing up, like in a country town in New South Wales, where there was no internet, no, nothing. You didn't even get records or anything like that. And like in my town, I was the only kid at my school that played guitar, and I think I was pretty much probably the only kid in fucking Wagga that liked heavy metal. Like how times have changed now, like, because it's all everywhere.
Oh, that's.
But I never got, like, we started Mancore when I was 22, and I got 3 other blokes that couldn't really play, but they were good blokes. And I've been waiting my whole life for that, man. That's why people dug it and said, they'd say, oh, it's so intense. It's because every time we went anywhere, it was like a fucking end of year footy trip. Because we were just like, we couldn't believe we were here. I remember once we played at the Lewisham Hotel.
Yep.
It was the first time.
Yep.
And I've turned around to Pete, our drummer, and I'm going, you right, man? You ready to go? And he's going, mate, I'm fucking ready to go. I'm sitting on Wayne Campbell's kit, for fuck's sake. Like, fucking bring it on. Like, like just things like that.
Yeah.
And, I think, I don't know, it feels like, I think because there's so much choice now, that, like, that I've got to watch heavy metal, evolve my whole life, whereas now it's just, there's just music everywhere, and I think people get a little bit too over it, a bit picky.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
That's not as good as this or whatever. And it used to be that if something was different, it was great, because everything was, so new things are coming out all the time. But I mean, look at the hate that baby metal gets now.
Oh yeah.
Like, are you fucking? I don't usually do this, but I couldn't stand the hate, and I stuck up for him on the fucking. Just said something like, it didn't used to be like this. Get over yourselves. Where's for your rules and shit. Some can't fucking call me a pedophile.
No.
Me, of all people, call me a fucking pedo.
You can't win. They say.
Mate, everything I hate about my beloved fucking music. You are everything I can't stand about it.
And I mean, that's probably that's the downside to all this stuff, like all this social media stuff, is that it's people type before they even think. And, he
wouldn't have stood in front of me and fucking called me a pedo. No fucking way.
No. So you see the worst in people and you see the best in people. And it's funny, as soon as everybody, probably in the last, wherever sort of Facebook more so took off than anything else, and you can see people typing free time and putting their thoughts up as they popped into their head. And I remember looking at people and going, oh, wow, is that what you really think? Or is that how you spell? Oh, wow, far out. And it's just, you had a completely different view on some people that normally in person, they would never say that. But, they were in front of a screen and they couldn't see anybody and they just type it and not really understand the impact that it has.
Well, everyone's got a soapbox these days, don't they?
Yeah, sure do.
And the safety of their walls, and they say some fucking disgusting things. And but it's up to you how you let it affect you, and whether you choose to engage. And I choose to not engage. Like, that was very rare for me to get on and say anything like that. But usually I just choose not to, and I never put out anything that's negative or fucking. Or fucking self-grandirising or anything like that, because I just don't like it.
Well, it's just draining and probably takes up more of your time that you could probably be utilising elsewhere.
I just don't need that validation.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think if that's where you got to find your validation, then that's quite sad.
Yeah, it's one thing to be searching for validation in general in life, but to be trying to find it through the internet or through social medias.
Like how many likes you got.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. Oh well, it's a weird world out there, and as you said before with music, and it's a different view on it all, and not. Well, at least, I mean, I saw the tail end of it all before sort of the internet really kicked in, and And I've
Hey, how old are you, Andy?
31, I think. Yeah, 31.
Oh, is that all?
That's all.
Wow.
Whippersnapper.
Fucking, that's awesome. Lucky cunt. My life didn't begin then until I was 30.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Everything else was a dress rehearsal until that point.
I still sort of think it is for me, but I guess it just depends on. But I went through, I don't know how many people go through it, but when you sort of hit around the 30 mark, I don't know if it was the same for you, you sort of go, oh shit, like time's running out. What am I going to do with myself? I've got to actually do something now. And you start to, well, at least I did. I started to panic and go, and like 12 months later, I calmed down.
Yeah, when Manicore finished, I thought that was the end of things for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we finished about 98. Phoebe and I started fucking playing guitar in 2000, and that was, here I am, you know, and I still feel like we haven't even begun.
It's good. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Oh, well, sometimes you can feel a little bit lost in it. Like, what am I fucking doing? The marriage is strong. It's all about that.
Yeah. Everything else is a bonus.
Yeah. That's just what we do with it. You know?
Yeah. And I guess that's sort of links in with what you mentioned to me the other day about Heaven the Axe being quite a unique band compared to probably a lot of other bands out there.
Yeah, and it's not coming from an ego sort of thing. It's just I've looked, even though like we're not playing rocket science music or anything like that, but there's nothing like us out there musically, and definitely nothing like us as how we run and the sort of people we are. And yeah, I've looked and I haven't found it. Not saying it's better or anything like that. It's just this is who we are.
It works. It works for the both of you, and it's giving you the success that you've had to date. So it's obviously working.
Yeah. Well, I think it's worked for the people that have been involved in it at the time as well. You know, just some people are only in things for a little while. I mean, a few years ago, Tommy was after we done Bogan Hunters, and he's just gone, man, you know, I really want to marry Maria, that's his girl, and I want to buy a house, and I've got this new job, and it's going to suck up a lot of hours, and I don't want to let you down. So we need to find someone someone to do it. And so he did, and then just as you know, a few years later, when we or a year later it was, when we got asked to go to Indonesia, and then that was just before Christmas or around Christmas. And then Tommy just came over with a six-pack, just totally unrelated. And he's just gone, he said, oh, look, I've done what I needed to do. We've raised our house deposit, blah, blah, blah. And I just really miss you and miss what you used to do. Have you got anything for me to do? And I said, fuck yeah. You want to rehearse with us to help us get ready to go away with skits?
Perfect.
Fuck yeah. And then he started rehearsing with us to help us get ready. And then we got off with Butcher Babies. That was a bit of a warm-up show. So that was fucking cool.
That's fantastic. And so I guess at this point in time, is he back in the band?
Yeah, he's been with us the whole time. But, you know, he's got other things coming up too now, you know what I mean? Like, and he said, look, you know, we're going to have to get another brother in. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it all for what we've got planned. So we've got another guy that we used to work with who's a sick fucking drummer that he sort of fatedly just walked back in. So yeah, I think as far as HTA, it's the drums are the hardest part about it. Like we need a sick drummer to do it.
You need that energy.
Yeah, like fucking. I think pretty much. I reckon the only person who's irreplaceable in this band that the band couldn't survive without is Phoebe. And everyone else, like, we're all fucking. We can all get someone to do it if we can't. Like, that's my point of view. Yeah. So, yeah,
well, it's all working so far. So hopefully, the next chapter, which appears to, well, from the outside, seems to be starting to begin, will be one hell of one.
Yeah, or hopefully next interview I'll be able to tell you all the things that I want. I can't yet.
That's all right. We'll ease into it. We'll get there.
Yeah. Fucking, there's just things I'm not allowed to say just yet. So.
Yeah, that's all right. You're doing well. You haven't spilt the beans.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm a trustworthy bastard.
Good on you. Oh,
yeah.
man. All right, mate. Well, look, have a great
right.
night. Thanks so much, and I'll let you know when it's up, and we'll do a round 2 later in the year.
Thanks, mate.
All right, take care. Thank you very much, everybody. All the show notes on andysocial.net. I'm going to put Heavenly Axe videos and all the little tidbits of information that hopefully I've remembered to jot them all down. They'll all be over there at andysocial.net. So go over there. If it's not there and there's something that we spoke about and you want a bit more info, just let me know. Or better yet, contact Steve. Let him know what you think, if you enjoyed the interview or enjoyed the band and the music that you heard. Reach out, let him know. I'm sure he'd be stoked to hear from anybody that's loving what they do. And as we spoke about, those guys put their heart and soul into it, and it's obviously a massive part of their lives. So any feedback, any positive feedback, certainly shoot it their way, and share the episode around as well. I'm sure there's probably Heaven the Axe fans out there that don't know about the podcast, so a great opportunity for people to be introduced to what this is and get to hear a bit more from Steve. So some great things there that people can do to spread the word for everybody involved, because everyone's a winner, baby. Lastly, May 28th. May 28th is my podcast party, aka the Andy Social Social. It's at the Fun Room at Frankie's Pizza. That'll be Saturday, May 28th, starting at 6 p.m. Jordan, as seen on episode 32 of the Andy Social podcast, has been generous to let me use the room for a few hours before it's open to the public. Frankie's opens from 4 in the afternoon, so if you want to get in there and start getting lubed up, by all means do so. If you haven't heard about this podcast party yet, more than likely you haven't heard about it anywhere else. But what it is more or less just an excuse to catch up and have a few drinks and do a bit of chin-wagging. Nothing fancy, nothing complex, just a place to hang out, a meeting spot, and we'll have a great night. So I'll try and think of a few other things to do for the night itself, but overall it's just a great excuse to meet up with some people and have some drinks. So for those people that are listening for the first time, May 28th, 6 p.m, the Fun Room at Frankie's Pizza in Sydney CBD, and I'm not advertising this anywhere else. So you won't see this on Facebook. You won't get a Facebook invite. And it'll only be told through this. I'm only promoting it through these podcasts. So it's up to you guys whether you want to bring anybody along. There's no restrictions. You're more than happy to bring the more people, the better. But I'm only telling you guys through here. I just want to make it exclusive, and I think it'd just be a lot of fun just to chat to people that have been a part of this podcast and made it what it is, and have just been a dramatic part of the last few months of my life. So it's been fantastic, not only to have the opportunity to talk to so many fucking amazing people, but to have so many amazing people listen and download the episodes each time they come out and leave me messages and email me and shoot me messages online or whatever they might be. Or I've had people give me a call to tell me how much they're enjoying what I'm doing. So it's an absolute amazing thing that I just had no idea this would go in the direction that it has. So I did it for a bit of fun, just to see whether anything would happen of it, and I didn't really know what direction it'd go, and I still really don't, to be honest. As you can tell now, I'm just talking out of my arse, but in such a short period of time and only a few episodes in the grand scheme of things, life's changing, and it's changed, and it continues to change, and it just gets better and better. And the more people that I speak to, the more I learn, the more reassurance I get that we're we all do our different things. And we've all got our different paths, but more or less we're the same. And we all have the same challenges. We all have the same drives and passions for different things, but we've all got things that keep us hungry, and it's just fantastic to really sort of connect with people, and I record them for you guys as well. So it's just it's a great opportunity for me to learn. I hope that a lot of other people get just as much out of listening to these as I do. So blah, blah, blah. Enough of that. andysocial.net. You can find me also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, which I haven't used a great deal. I really need to get back onto that. And share them around, do a bit of rating, reviewing, and really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Anyway, enough gushing. Thanks so much, and we'll speak soon.